So many of you have asked for it, so here it is. Come shopping with me as we go around the drugstore to look at what's good when it comes to bond building hair products. Hello and welcome to the world of Craig. Yes, that's me, I'm Craig, and this is my channel where we get into all things hair and sometimes a little bit of beauty. Bond building hair products, at the drugstore. Yes, a lot of you have requested this video, and that's what's so brilliant about my community here on YouTube. Our community is that you can ask for something, and if I think enough people want to see it, then I will make the video. So I love filming my Shop Up series. So this is all about products that are bond building. I use that term very loosely. It is something that is thrown around an awful lot. Just to give you a bit of context as well, one of the things that I do as a freelance hair professional is I work with brands helping them develop and formulate new products. As in, I'm not actually a chemist, I'm not putting the formulations together, but they will formulate something, they'll send it to me and I will test it, or I'll go to them and I will test it on human beings generally, or hair wefts, and then there will be some kind of back and forwards to help them actually develop it. So that's why I'm obsessed with the formulations of things. There's lots of insights in this video, as you will be seeing, but once we've done that, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about what we've seen at the drugstore. But that's enough of an intro, so come on, let's go shopping. So just like that, we're back in Boots. There's going to be a lot in here that claims to be bond building. I can see a few things already. Let's get into it and some of the signs. Come on. So let's start off with something that has a lot of research and development behind it. That glycolic gloss line is very popular, isn't it? And that is the Bond Repair from L'Oreal Elvive. Now, I'm a big fan of Elvive. This is the pre-treatment that it's quite expensive. I didn't realise, £17.60, £8.50 if you have a loyalty card here for Boots in the UK. Boots is a drugstore chemist. They're also moving into kind of pure beauty. Now this is a dupe, like a pure dupe of acidic bonding complex, ABC from L'Oreal. The technology in this is great. It has quite a simple formula, but I can tell you without even looking that the thing that is doing the bonding in a lot of the products we're going to look at in this video is citric acid, okay? And what that does is it addresses pH, the pH of the hair. Hair likes a pH that is slightly acidic. Water is often very hard. The water here in London is about a pH of 8, which is very alkaline. So this helps to put the hair into a great state, which keeps the bonds of the hair healthy. It isn't, technically speaking, rebonding any hair, because it's a bit of a, here we go, so it's even on the front, I didn't even see that, with citric acid. So that is what is addressing the pH of the hair. It's a great formula. There's glycerin in here very high up, which is great for moisturizing, for flexibility of the hair, to keep the hair, plump and shiny and gorgeous. We've also got some sodium citrate in here, which is also addressing pH. So, and this is a pre-shampoo treatment. So, it's a great formula, and it is a dupe for ABC, for the acidic bonding complex, which is a lot more expensive. But the bonding effects of anything we're going to look at in this video are going to be quite minimal. There's a shampoo that goes with it that's sulfate free. And sulfates are not the devil's work. What have we got on here? Reinforces inner broken hair bonds, bond repair complex with citric acid. This does have citric acid. Where are we? It must do, because it says it on the front. Very low down here on the ingredients list. It also has salicylic acid, which is great for hair and scalp health. Lots and lots and lots of fragrance in this one, and it uses coconut as the foaming agent. So this is going to have a very minimal bonding property to it. But this line is great, and if you can't afford Kerastase, or you don't want to buy the ABC, then this would be a great thing to have a look at. They've also got a leave-in serum, 20% bond repair complex. Maybe we should look at that. Just briefly, because I did mention it. Now, interestingly, 20% bond repair complex. The citric acid in this is much higher up the ingredients list. This is a leave-in serum, shields hair bonds. Well, when it says shields hair bonds, this is a highly dimethicone, which I'm here for, serum that you leave in. just something to remember. If something is dimethicone, is high in dimethicone silicones, you're not really going to get any bonding in the hair, because that stops anything entering the hair, if you like, because it's occlusive, which is not a bad thing. But there are four or five different sorts of, four different sorts of dimethicone in here. A lot of fragrance, and that's citric acid. So yeah, you know, not a bad product. Going to make the hair really slippy, really gorgeous. Oh, someone's obviously had a bad tummy. But again, bonding very minimal, but a good line. We've talked about this line in other videos. Pantene is not the work of the devil. The formulas are great. It's owned by, you know, Procter and Gamble, who have huge research and development. But I just wanted to mention, because it proves a point. So we have this bond repair. Just biotin, it can't really repair the hair from the outside in. There's no data to suggest that it can. Okay, intensive treatment regenerates hair at molecular level. That is a bit of a reach, because it will not be working at a molecular level. Sorry, Pantene. But look, if you turn it around, citric acid. So again, it's addressing the pH. This has glutamic acid, which is interesting because that's great for both scalp and hair. And also, this has bis-aminopropyl dimethicone, which is a dimethicone that is actually really great for the hair. So this will be very slippy, and dimethylamine as well, which is another form of dimethicone. Panthenol to make the hair feel really good and to keep it moisturized. You know, this is what is the price point of this? I think it's about £5, £5.50 if you have a Boots card. It's a really good formula. The bonding will be very minimal. It will address the pH, make the hair very slippy. So if you want something that, you know, does add some strength as opposed to being bonding the hair and makes the hair feel slippy, this would be great, and a great price point. And you can probably find it for that sort of price wherever you are in the world. Oh goodness me. Strap on your seatbelts, Craig's in the Tresemme aisle. Interesting. Let's look at this. Biotin, I mean, this is such a buzzword. It's interesting that that's on a lot of things. I didn't realise how many bonding products there are. Keep doing that. Sorry, that will really annoy people. So this is Pro Bond Plex. Oh, I wish people wouldn't do that either. Visibly repairs 7 types of damage in one use. This is £2.50. Goodness me. Now this is interesting. This is using lactic acid, okay, to address pH in the hair. What does it say? Bring back luxurious hair with our biotin repair system with biotin and Pro Bond Plex, designed to repair damaged hair and strengthen every strand with continuous use whilst repairing bonds and protecting fibres. Now this does have, it says it has ceramides, and it does, and it has lots of amino acids in it. So it has arginine, it has lysine in it as well. It has this ceramide down here. Ceramides are great because they're very moisturising. Sorry, I'm getting into the label here. Ceramides are great because they really do make the hair very manageable and very smooth. It has amidimethicone, so if you want that slip, amidimethicone is positively charged. So as a lot of dimethicones are. So what that means is it looks for the bits of your hair that are damaged and helps to smooth them. It doesn't repair, but it keeps the hair very smooth, because hair that is frizzy or, you know, has a raised cuticle, it will be negatively charged. So, you know, this is really super cheap. It will make your hair feel great, brilliant as well. No cruelty, not tested on animals. But made by Unilever, obviously, Tresemme, huge research and development. So not a bad formula, very cheap. The quality of the ingredients that go into it won't be the same as the Elvive, but, you know, not a bad product, and it will address that pH. So it will effectively address the pH of the hair, which does have an effect on the bonds inside the hair. Yeah. Hold on a minute, I've just seen this. Hold on. New from L'Oreal. Growth booster. They love this holographic labelling. Do you know that's very expensive to do? Really expensive to make. Growth factor anti-fall shampoo reduces hair loss. This has got this aminexyl, which is like a proprietary ingredient. Oh, hello, there's a visual. I mean, we're not talking about this today, but maybe there should be a video about this. I know lots of people will want it. Shampoo. What is this? Thickens hair fibre. I know what I think I know what will be in that. And then we've got this anti-fall scalp serum. Would you like a video on this? Is that a silly question? Let me know in the comments. So I'm down on the floor. let's talk. Oh, hello, she's around the wrong way. Provoke. Now this is a line I think that's available globally. I think it's often in the US, I think it's in sort of drugstores, I'm pretty sure. This is their blonde rehab line, which, as the video, bond repair system number 1, hair perfector treatment, rebuilds, bonds and repairs damage in one wash. Interesting. Now apparently this goes on towel dried hair, smooth it through, leave it on for 10 minutes or overnight and then rinse. Well, remembering that I have a recent video that's all about this. When hair is dry, it can accept no nutrients and it certainly can't be bonded. So you don't need to leave this on overnight, that's just, but this formula is quite interesting because it contains, again, it's got lots of oils which are going to stop anything from bonding the hair, from rebonding the hair. Very, very high fragrance. It's got castor oil in it here. It has some really quite cheap ingredients that are, oil-based as well, as the price point would suggest. Panthenol, citric acid. So they've got citric acid in here to address pH, but it's right down the bottom. So this is sort of like an oily hair treatment, if you like, because all the oils are higher up in the ingredients list. The higher up they are, the greater the amount of that ingredient. And I wouldn't be something I would recommend for actual bonding. Might make your hair feel very smooth and slippery, but I'm sorry, Provoke, it's not gonna bond your hair as far as the ingredients list goes. Remembering that any formula is about the formula. This isn't terrible, but it's not going to do these things that it claims on the front of the package, which is, slightly dodgy, in my opinion. I've just spotted this. Cherry fragrance dry shampoo, cheeky cherry. Oh, get you, hello. That is really good, this volume dry shampoo from Batiste. How lovely does the packaging look? Oh, naughty dry shampoo. What's that all about? Please don't hate on Batiste, it's a great formula. You shouldn't be using dry shampoo more than once in between a wash day, because anything will build up on the scalp. But it's a brilliant formula. But the cherry, I wonder what she smells like. Toni and Guy. Now I think this is a widely available line. I don't think it's got anything to do with Toni and Guy. I think it's actually been bought by a few different, multi-international companies over the years. But this is their bond repair conditioner. I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it. Kakadu plum. That's amazing, isn't it? Can I say that again? Kakadu plum. Say it with me. Now, this is bond repair conditioner. Visibly repairs, strengthens and hydrates. Helps reinforce by restoring fibre bonds. I'm sorry, but the marketing on some of these products is just shocking. It really is. So this hair fibre provides long-lasting protection against future damage. Oh, there's a tiny little asterisk up there. With use of shampoo and conditioner system, okay? Now, the ingredients in this is... And I know from previous experience, all of the Toni and Guy conditioners contain amidimethicone, which is that positively charged, silicone that helps to smooth the hair. So where are we here? Dimethicone, amidimethicone down here as well. But this is using lactic acid. So like that other product, can't remember which one it was, even though it was only a minute ago. Like the other product, this is using lactic acid to address the pH of the hair. Of course, it is the entire formula, as I've already mentioned, that does go to add some strength to the hair, but the rebonding that you're going to get, the bonding you're going to get for something like this, and they've called it StrengthPlex technology, yikes, is going to be very minimal. But at a £7.19 price point, if that's what your price point is, if that's what your perception of value is and that's what you can afford, it's not a bad thing. Hello, it's on the move. It's not a bad thing, but bond repair, minimal. Not claiming to bond build, but it does have Plex repair on the front, as well as this horrible menopause, perimenopause marketing. I tell you, all of my girlfriends are going through the menopause or perimenopause, so I'm not dissing it, and having worked with women, but I just don't think that things should be marketed like this. Menopause friendly. I mean, what even is that? Any of the products in here are menopause friendly. So this does claim that it has Plex properties. Again, it's a citric acid product. It's addressing the pH of the hair. There's a lot of dimethicone, there's dimethylamine, and there's dimethicone in here. Panthenol, which is great for hair moisturization, flexibility, and glycerin. you know, it's not a bad formula, but it's a really cheap one. And I'm afraid that the marketing, when are we going to stop calling things Plex Repair or Plex? When is that going to stop? Can it stop now? Yeah, it's just not. There's many other things I would recommend before I would recommend this. So I've talked quite a lot about Andrew Fitzsimons, get it right, Craig, here on my channel. But I didn't realise actually that he has, I'm sure he's still attached to the brand, I think. This is available in Ulta in the US. They have like a bonding system, there we go, restructurizing 10-in-1 leave-in conditioner. The styling products in this line are fab. So this, I wish it wasn't called that, this Après Sexy is a texturizer. It's a straight up dupe for the Orbe one, or Oribe, depending on how you pronounce it. So good. But this, again, with its bonding complex, the writing is so teeny weeny, it's so small on here. This is also something that has citric acid in it, surprise, surprise, but this is a leave-in and they're claiming it does 10 different things. The difference with this is it has acrylates in it, so it's a heat protectant. So you spray this in, you know, comb your hair through, make sure it's evenly distributed, and this would give you heat protection before you blow dry. So let's have a little look in here. Yeah, acrylates, copolymers. What else have we got in here? A ton of perfume, so it's very, very fragranced, and then some fruit extract, and then some other things that give you heat protection. So quite a good formula. Minimal bonding, because it's got, you know, other things in there going to stop the hair from being bonded as such, but it will address the pH and add heat protection. £12.70. So I've scoured the shelves and I think we have talked about everything that is in here that claims to be bonding. So let's go back to mine, regroup, and have a summary of what we've seen here today.
So lots of good formulations at the drugstore, but are they bond building as such? Well, as you saw in the clips, there's only a certain amount of strength and bonding that they will do to the hair. It's really important to remember that all of those products have a very similar formulation. They're not all the same, so some of them will be better for your hair and some of them will be better for your hair, imaginary people. But hair care and what you actually like to use is a very personal thing because everyone's hair is unique. Yes, no two people have exactly the same hair. How amazing is that? It's like eye colour. But it's really important to remember that those products and their price point and the formulations reflect what they're going to do to the hair. None of them contain an ingredient that is patented, like K18 or Olaplex. I'm sure there are a few others out there now that have patented, you know, strength-giving, repairing, bonding ingredients. But the price reflects that. So if you enjoy those products and you use them and they give you great results, then that's brilliant, but they're not really going to do anything at a very deep level that repairs the hair. They all work to regulate the pH of the hair, and then they have other ingredients like glycerin and panthenol and dimethicone to make the hair moisturize, make it slippery, make it hydrated, but then they're not really going to revolutionize your hair as far as bonding. And just to add to that briefly, if you can't stretch to having something like K18 or Olaplex, which are of a higher price point, then of course it's going to be better to use something from the drugstore that does look after the condition of your hair generally, even if it isn't doing any bonding. Because here in the world of Craig, yes, that's me, I'm all about you having the best hair that you can, regardless of how much money you have to spend. It's important. You know, we walk around with it on our heads all the time. What else would you like to see in this Shop Up series? Please let me know in the comments. It's always wonderful to hear from you. And is there anything that I featured in this video that you really enjoy using? That would be brilliant insight for me to hear. There's a whole playlist of Shop Up videos here on my channel. I will link that in the description. There is just about everything you can think of. But like I said, if there is something you want to see in this series, please let me know. A huge thank you for watching this. You all take lots of care, and I'll see you all in the next one.